3 games remaining. 1 game back. Tampa Bay's race for the postseason has entered the final turn. And tonight, James Shields looks to point the Rays to a win.
Tonight's a must-win situation, and I think it's this is what it's all about.
The playoff chase continues on Sun Sports. Tonight, we greet you from Tropicana Field as the Rays' pursuit of a place in the postseason continues. And tonight, game 1 of a 3-game series between the Rays and the New York Yankees. The wild card standings will find the Rays 1 full game back of Boston, with the Los Angeles Angels 3 back. They're on life support. The Rays very much in the fight. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson and Todd Callis. I'm Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. Well, the Rays certainly have their work cut out for them, but they've had their work cut out for them, it seems, all month.
Yes, they have. And the way it breaks down tonight, situation's really simple. I mean, the Red Sox are 1 game up in the wild card. Best case scenario, the Rays win, Red Sox lose. You're tied with 2 to go. Worst case, Rays lose, Red Sox win. Rays would then be 2 games back with 2 to go. The best they can do at that point is force a playoff. And you see right there, Beckett against Hunter, heavy favorites for Boston. They need to win that game. Their magic number is 3, and that magic number is any combination of Red Sox wins or Rays losses, and the Red Sox would get the bid.
Well, the Rays, a big game here. And if you've got that in front of you, I guess nobody better than big game James Shields on the mound.
Well, when the stakes are high, what you want are players who want to be out there in the limelight, and that describes James Shields. He wants to be out there, and oh, by the way, he's pretty good. Look at that season that he's having, the complete games, the innings, the ERA. Not only that, since the end of July, he's had 6 starts here at Tropicana Field. He is 5-0 in those 6 starts, an ERA just over 2. The key for James, much like he's done all season long, get ahead early in the count, force Yankees hitters out of the strike zone to get easy outs.
And the pitching matchup tonight brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida. Shields making that 33rd start after his 16th win. Hector Noesi will be on the hill for the New York Yankees. This is his 30th appearance overall, just his 2nd start. He pitched against the Rays up in New York. The playoff chase continues tonight from Tropicana Field. Rays and the Yankees. We'll hear from Todd Callis when we return.
Get ready for the New York Yankees' first of three. And the final three of the regular season for the Rays, currently one game behind Boston, the Red Sox in Baltimore for the three-game series. So the number of games remaining matches the number on Longoria's shirt. We caught up with both Evan and James Shields, and they asked them both about the importance of not only tonight, but the whole series.
You play a whole season, 159 games, and this is what it comes down to. But I think everybody's excited to be playing meaningful games at this point. Again, I think if you're not already clinched, to have a chance to clinch at this point of the season and get into the postseason is what we play for.
It's a must-win situation. Tonight's a must-win situation, and I think it's this is what it's all about. It's all fun and games, but hopefully we can pull it out.
The Rays have basically been in playoff mode for the last 2 weeks. To get to the real playoffs, they need a big series against the Yankees, and James Shields will kick it off in 3 minutes and 33 seconds. Dwayne Stats and Brian Anderson will have all the action for you right around the corner. Enjoy, everyone.
Brought to you by Honda. See your Honda dealer and discover the great values now being offered. By AT&T. By AutoWay. AutoWay is part of AutoNation, the largest automotive retailer in the country, so we can do big things. And by Checkers. Feast on. We've had a heavy rainfall outside Tropicana Field in the greater St. Petersburg area here over the last hour, but dry and comfortable inside. For the first game of this series, the Rays meeting the New York Yankees, wrapping up the regular season. We'll take a look at the New York Yankee lineup. Derek Jeter leads it off. He'll be followed by Curtis Granderson, and then Robinson Cano hits third. Alex Rodriguez is the DH. Jorge Posada in the lineup at first. Eric Chavez is the third baseman hitting sixth. Russell Martin behind the plate bats seventh. Eduardo Nunez makes his second start of the year in right field. He'll hit eighth. And Brett Gardner, the left fielder, will bat ninth.
Making a 33rd start of the season for the Rays is right-hander James Shields. You see 11 complete games, 15-12 record, ERA very good, career high in a lot of different categories, including innings, 240 and 2/3. That opponent's average, 218, and also strikeouts, 221. You see the good strikeout to walk ratio, almost 4-1. Let's take a look at the Rays defense as it lines up tonight. Left to right in the outfield, Desmond Jennings, B.J. Upton, and Matt Joyce. Across the infield, third to first, Evan Longoria, Reed Brignac, Ben Zobrist, and Casey Kochman. Kelly Shopik will be behind the plate. Tonight's Rays defense is brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, home of, you guessed it, the Sweet Spot.
Well, here we go. Joe Madden has his club with a record of 88 and 71. So the Rays started yesterday's game, the wrap-up game of the series against Toronto, a game and a half back. They start this one a game back with New York in town under the direction of Joe Girardi. Well, Derek Jeter in the lineup leading off, and here's the first pitch by Shields, and it's a bit inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Jeter with an average at 300 even, and he's been hot in the recent past to get to that mark. Pitch is fouled back, and the count is 1-1. Came off the disabled list on the 4th of July. Has hit .338 since then, and since about the middle of August, more recently, he's done even better than that. .372 and 11 of his last 22. Shields ahead of him in the count, 1-2.
Yeah, good movement on that fastball there by Shields. Little 92 with some sink action, getting it under the hands of Derek Jeter.
Pitch is down, 2-2. Well, Shields is in a run here, about as challenging as you're going to get for a starting pitcher. In the last run of starts, 2 back-to-back against Texas, 2 back-to-back against Boston, and now this is his second start. He's gone back-to-back against the New York Yankees. So those 6 starts, a challenge for any pitcher.
It's tough to go back-to-back against any team, let alone those 3 offenses, which may be the 3 best offenses in all of baseball. Extremely difficult.
And there is strike 3 call. Jeter not happy with that call, 3rd strike by Paul Schreiber. And I tell you, that's kind of interesting. Schreiber's not known to give that corner to a pitcher against a right-handed hitter. And that's a strike.
Right at the bottom of the zone.
And, you know, it had more of the plate than it appeared. There was no question that's a strike. Here's Granderson. Shortens and takes that pitch, and that's a strike. So we'll see how the evening progresses with the strike zone of Paul Schreiber. I mean, Jeter's not happy at all over that. This went down and in, but we could see on the Fox track that it was absolutely a strike, well on the plate and right at the bottom of the zone. 2-1. Schreiber's reputation has been really to the hitter's advantage throughout his career, and again, it's not a criticism of an umpire because all of us are different, and his strike zone is consistent, and you know what you're dealing with when you go out there. There's a close pitch, and it's ball 3.
Maybe that's why Jeter's as upset as he is.
Well,
knows that, hey, you know what, that's never been a strike for you, and now all of a sudden it is in a full count.
There's a long drive up the right field line. That ball is going to hook foul. So the league's second leading home run hitter, Granderson, just hit one with home run distance, but foul.
Quick trigger here. Fastball up, out over the plate. There you go. Hitter will let you know. He knew it was foul.
And there is strike 3 call. Granderson tried to unload his bat and coaxed the walk. And Schreiber calls him out.
Now the backdoor cutter. See, not a lot of movement right down that outside corner. James Shields, I'll tell you what, that's what he wants to do. James Shields wants to get you to 2 strikes. First of all, coming into this game, the league's hitting 144 off James when he gets to 2 strikes, and half of his at-bats over the course of the season have gotten to 2 strikes. Teams know you want to try to attack him earlier, because once you get to 2 strikes, it's going to be changeup, cutter. You don't know what's coming, and he's good at putting you away.
Robinson Cano hits one the opposite way, and it drifts foul, slicing back into the stands for a strike.
What you do see a lot from Shields is a lot of early in the count fastballs. And you would think, as good as he is deep in the count, that you would want to attack him a little bit more early on, but a lot of teams do not. He's able to get ahead, and then it becomes a how patient can you be as a hitter.
Down and in, 1-1, and in that way, it has been through the years kind of fun to watch Shields develop as a pitcher, because when he first came up in 06, he had that great changeup. But he got to a point rather quickly when he was really overly reliant on it. There's a shot hit deep to center, and that one is out of here without question. A fastball on a 1-1 count, and Cano hits his 28th home run of the year to give New York an early lead.
Well, here it is, trying to come in. That was a cutter. That was a cut fastball that never got in. It stayed out over the plate and down. Robinson Cano, great plate coverage, and you see him just drop the head, and that was launched.
Now the pitch is up to Alex Rodriguez. A ball and no strikes. Well, Cano has a history of success against a lot of pitchers, and that would include Shields. That's his 4th home run hit off Shields. He came in hitting .377 lifetime, 20 out of 53 against the Rays right-hander. 2-0 pitch chopped to third. Evan Longoria with a lot of time, and the throw's in time. So the top of the first is over. On the home run by Robinson Cano, New York takes a 1-0 lead. Rays coming into hit. Steady. New York with a run, and the Rays lineup has Desmond Jennings leading off, followed by B.J. Upton and Evan Longoria. Ben Zobrist, Johnny Damon, and Matt Joyce down the middle. Casey Kochman ahead of Kelly Shoppick, and then Reed Brignac.
Taking the mound tonight for the New York Yankees, right-hander Hector Noesi. You see, this will be his 30th game, 2nd start. Other start was against the Rays. Went 2 2/3 innings in that start. Gave up a 2-run homer to Desmond Jennings in the 3rd inning.
And the pitch to Jennings this time is in there for a strike. Desmond starts the night hitting .275. Couple of home runs off New York pitching. And this one is a ball. Home run he hit off Noesi the other day in New York came in the 3rd fastball up, and he nailed that pitch on a 2-1 count, hit it out. There was a strike to Jennings. 1-2. And strike 3 called. So Jennings caught looking. Let's take a look at that.
I'll tell you what, fellas come to the plate tonight, you better be ready to swing the bat. A little cut fastball, something Noesi's been throwing here. The Rays saw that the last time played him.
I'm going to tell you what.
Pitch that's been scouted out, but he's thrown it, and that's nasty.
They could tear up the scouting report on Paul Schreiber tonight.
Yeah, oh, yeah. He's out there calling. I mean, this is a pitcher's dream umpire right now.
Yeah. B.J. Upton. And it, as far back as a couple of years ago, hitters love that. Let's take a look at the pitch here that got Jennings.
See that cut action. Look at him just peppering that outside corner.
Yeah.
Down and away.
Well, and in the past, there's a strike. That is a pitch away to a right-handed hitter that pitchers really had to battle to get. High pop up right side. It's foul and will be out of play right on top of the Rays dugout. Russell Martin over there along with Jorge Posada, who's at first base tonight for New York. One and two the count to BJ. BJ just got a piece of that one, and with it just a deflection off the catcher Russell Martin. Good September for BJ, hitting over 340 for the month, and his average on the season is up over 240 now. Line drive and a base hit into right center field. Upton will have a chance to run. Granderson's throw to second is not in time. A two-base hit for B.J. Upton. B.J.'s 25th double.
Here's your checkers double of the game. This ball stays up and away from BJ. He's able to take just a nice easy swing, line it out into the gap, and as he gets to first, there you go. You see him turn it up a little bit. Get in there with a double. Rays looking to answer.
So a scoring opportunity for the Rays. Here's Evan Longoria. Pitch is outside, a fastball. 1-0. Well, Hector Noesi made his first start against the Rays on the 21st in game 1 of the day-night doubleheader in New York. It's up 2-0, and Joe Girardi said then he'd hoped to get 50 to 60 pitches out of him, and he split the difference and got 55. The Rays had the 2-run score on the home run we saw a moment ago from Jennings. 2 runs, 4 hits off him in 2 2/3. There goes Upton stealing third, and the throw is not in time. VJ in there with a steal. That's his 34th stolen base of the year.
Now the Rays looking to get a base runner to third base here with less than 2 outs. You see that? Noesi never stopped B.J. Upton. B.J. was moving on his lead, able to get a good jump. You see that left foot go to the outside of the bag too initially to get away from the tag of Chavez.
And the pitch away for ball 4. Well, what we've seen from Upton this month, and lately especially, is his ability to directly impact the game. He has that kind of ability, and we just saw it with a double and then the steal of third.
Yeah, because he's got power. He can hit the ball out of the ballpark. He's got the speed. He can turn singles into doubles. He can steal bases. He's going to save you runs in the outfield. When he decides to go get a baseball, there's not very many that can outrun him. So, yeah, I mean, this is a game changer. And we've seen that the last little while here.
Here's Ben Zobrist. Swinging and missing. Swinging over that off-speed breaking pitch. Been on the verge of a 90 RBI season with 89 right now. 19 home runs for Zobrist. Hit the inside the park home run yesterday afternoon. Covered up by Mark. Blocked. 1-1. Boston threatened in the first, did not score. They're hitting in the top of the second inning now. One and one to count to Ben. Two balls and a strike. Rays facing the 24-year-old right-hander. Swing and a miss. Big cut at the change. 2-2.
Well, you see here with Ben Zobrist, in fastball counts, they're giving him the off speed. Started him off with a curveball that he swung and missed at, and then in a 2-1 count, throw him a changeup. Trying to take advantage of an aggressive fastball hitter. Runner in scoring position, but a couple runners on.
Longoria back in at first. One out double by Upton, a steal of third, and Longoria walked. New York scored a run on the home run by Robinson Cano. Zobrist takes that one too low, and the count is full. Well, the one thing you don't want to do is fall behind this club, particularly as the game moves into the later stages. Always a great idea to break out in front because their bullpen has some depth.
Well, they could shorten the game. They make it a 6-inning game. Period.
3-2. The ground ball outside of first. The Rays had Longoria moving on that 3-2 pitch.
Well, let's set up the Yankee defense real quick. In the outfield, left to right, Brett Gardner, Curtis Granderson, and Eduardo Nunez. Across the infield, third to first, Eric Chavez, Derek Jeter, Robinson Cano, and Jorge Posada. Russell Martin behind the plate. Tonight's Yankee defense brought to you by Sweet Bay Supermarket, home of the Sweet Spot.
So another 3-2 pitch about to be made from the young right-hander. Longoria started to go and then smelled out that fake move to third and a quick turn to first. And Evan quickly put on the brakes. Three balls, two strikes. There goes the runner, and the pitch shot down to first. Out there, Upton's going to try to score, and he is out at the plate. Upton hesitated and then came in standing up. And he's arguing the point with the plate umpire Paul Schreiber. And the Rays do not score, and the first inning is over.
Now here's the throw a little wide. Russell Martin with a nice scoop, but BJ trying to dance his way in there. He sticks that left foot in there. Boy.
In the bottom of the first inning. We go to the second with Jorge Posada leading off and New York leading 1-0. Posada looks a high fly ball to center. Upton is there and now waits to make the catch. Well, let's take another look, because this is a play that you would anticipate Upton would be safe on, but there's no hard charge at all.
Now, first of all, going on contact there, hard hit ground ball. You don't see the explosion from B.J. Upton. He's not going at it hard, and then you would certainly like to see him come in a little bit more aggressively than this. I mean, I don't care if that foot got in there a half a second in front or just in front of that tag. The fact that there was no explosion off the contact, and then when you do get in there, you kind of tiptoe. Look at the little tiptoe action, and then try to stick your left foot in. That's costly.
Well, you give an umpire the opportunity and an excuse to call you out. And that's exactly what happened on the close play.
Well, it's what happened the other night on the stolen base, where inexplicably halfway there he pulls up a little bit, and then gets thrown out and was clearly out, and said that I stopped to look back in and pick up the ball. Well, you're stealing a bag. There's not a lot of time to stop and pick up anything. You got to go.
Now the pop right side. This is Zobrist under it. He handles the pop up by Eric Chavez. 2 gone. Well, the Rays missed an opportunity to pick up a run. The Rays had Longoria running to stay away from the double play, and frankly, Posada, I think, was surprised that he still had a play.
He absolutely was. That ball was hit so hard he fielded it, went back to first, and then turned and took a cursory glance towards home plate and realized, wait, I got time to make a play here.
Broken bat ground ball. Great diving stop by Brignac. Throw to first. Going to be late. Great effort by Reed Brignac on the broken bat ground ball, and Martin has a base hit.
Man, but what have you, while we've been rambling, what have you noticed about the Yankees in this inning? Coming out, attacking Shields early.
Aggressive. Yep.
Trying not to get to that 2-strike. You see right there, awesome play by Reed Brignac, but just not enough time to make it. Getting to this ball was coming from a long way.
Well, here's Eduardo Nunez batting eighth and making a start in right field, hitting .261 for the year. Second time he started a game in right field for the Yankees this season. He takes a pitch low. Well, and while the Rays trail here 1-0, Boston has taken a 1-0 lead on a double by Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury hit 3 home runs in their doubleheader yesterday and last night, including the shot in the nightcap that gave Boston a victory. 1-1 to count to Nunez. And so it's Ellsbury who doubled in a run to give them a lead in Baltimore tonight. Nunez gets the back foot out of there. A ball. 2 balls and a strike now. Shields got the first 2 men in this inning on the fly ball to center and the pop to second. Ground ball shortstop. Brignac with the toss there to Zobrist for the force. So we go to the bottom of the second. 1-0 New York. Take a look at how Boston got on the board on the hit by Ellsbury. This the action from Baltimore.
Going to enjoy this toss by Matt Engel. There it is.
How about that? Look at Wieters trying to make the very best of that. So it's got to be an error allowing that run to score. Wow, how about that?
I didn't know if that ball was ever going to come back into the picture.
Well, Wieters could not prevent that run from being scored, but he has just hit a home run as the Orioles come in to hit, and that ties that game. Johnny Damon takes the strike. Damon leading off the bottom of the second for the Rays. Matt Joyce will follow, and then Casey Kochman. Two and one. There is ball three. 3 balls and a strike. foul back. Run the count full. Johnny pops it up. Right side foul ball drifting near the Rays dugout, and Martin is over there, the catcher, to make the catch. To look at Beckett's home run pitch to Wieters.
Backdoor cutter. Just drops it on the other side of that wall.
Matt Joyce. Just foul back. That's a strike. 21st home run of the year for Matt Wieters to tie that game. Joyce behind Noesi. 1-0 New York here in the bottom of the second. It's low. Matt hitting over 300 at home this year. Overall 277. 2 balls and a strike. Now it's 3-1. Noesi early in the year against Boston in relief put together a 6-inning outing, and that's his longest outing of the year. And that was back in early June. There's a liner, base hit into right center. Granderson over to make the pickup. A turn by Joyce, and he decides to hang on with a single.
Well, tonight's game and all season long, Tires Plus will donate $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Tampa Bay Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida.
One on, one out for Casey Kochman. Casey continues to be among the top 10 in the league in hitting. Running 7th with his average at .305. And the runner Joyce is back in at first. He takes a strike around the knees. One on, one out, a strike to count. Joyce back in at first base. Rays 6-9 against the Yankees on the year. 3-3 here at Tropicana Field, and they've played this club pretty much straight up and even the last couple of seasons here, dating back into 09. The Rays have broken even with New York, and at this stage with 3 games left, needing a win each night here. going to pop away and allow Joyce to move into second base. A wild pitch charged to Noesi.
Well, Noesi's command has not been there here in the early going. Another one just spikes. You see Russell Martin, instead of trying to slide over and keep that in front of him, he goes with the backhand. Not able to come up with it clean. Allows Joyce to get down to second base.
2-1 is popped up on the infield. Martin out from behind the plate, and he makes the catch. 2 outs. Joyce will be at second with Kelly Shopping coming up. The Rays had a big home run day yesterday. They hit 4 out, including the 10th home run of the year by Shopping.
Kelly Shopping, a big day offensively yesterday. 3 out of 4. That was a blast. A couple off the catwalk. That was one of them.
Well, Joe Madden talked about that home run. It gave the Rays their 5th run of the day, and a little cushion as they won that game 5-2. Pitches down, but Madden will tell you that Shopping's in there for his defense, and they're catching Shields tonight. And over the second half of this season, he has been very steady defensively.
Oh, he's been outstanding. You see the 180 average, does have the 10 home runs. He can run into one every now and then.
Ground ball to third, picked up by Chavez. The throw to first in time. Rays do not score. They'll leave 1. We're through 2. 1-0 New York.
Tremendous year for James Shields, and he said he'll probably realize it even more during the winter.
This has been a phenomenal season. I'm going to have time after the season to kind of recollect what I've done this year. But right now, I'm just focused on what I need to do. I feel really good. My body feels great. So that's always a good sign. So, I'm going to go out there and try to be a bulldog and try to get this team to win.
Our Geico quote of the game is, you see career highs in just about every pertinent category for Shields. It has been a remarkable 2011 season, guys.
All right, here's Brett Gardner swinging and fouling the pitch away. The ball fouled off to the left, and the bat went off to the right side. You can look at these career best in wins, innings, at ERA, strikeouts, opponent's average.
Here,
and
just do this.
Complete games. Yeah, there's the whole
all
package.
Pretty important.
Yeah. It's the Wago G package right there.
It is not come standard.
Pitch is outside to Gardner now, and it's 1-1. Well, you know, there's always a lot of discussion, and this year on a league basis as to whether the MVP award should be bestowed upon a pitcher. And with the year Justin Verlander's had, that's stoked those conversations again. And I think there's absolutely nothing wrong with a pitcher be considered for the MVP award. And you know, when you would look at this club, ground ball base hit to center, when you look at what the Rays have done this year, who would your MVP be if not Shields?
No, it has to be.
Well, that's what I would think.
Absolutely has to be.
Yeah.
What he's done not only for the team, winning ball games, saving the bullpen. I mean, you throw him out there and you're penciling in 7+, more than likely 8 and some change.
Sure.
A third of the time he's just going to finish it for you. He's selfish in a good way.
Yeah.
But
11 times he's been extremely selfish.
Yeah.
The kind that we all like.
That's absolutely it. That's the goal. You go out there and start counting backwards from 27, and he's done it 11 times. But yeah, I mean, when you look at what he's done for this team as a whole, goodness.
By the way, I think tomorrow there's a poll question in the making that addresses these issues that we've touched upon.
Nice.
1 ball, no strikes, the count to Derek Jeter. Gardner at first with great speed. Of course, that's another part of Shields' game that has been so good this year. Inside now to Jeter. 2-0. He's pretty much shut down the opposing running game, and you see the 12 pickoffs.
Yeah, and what makes that even more impressive?
Take a look at this.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, he's right-handed. Now, granted, you got a good base steal over there now, so this will be a nice little battle. But a right-handed pitcher with 12 pickoffs, and he's gotten at least one at every bag.
So when it comes to Shields, you can run, but you can't hide on the bases.
That's right. Yeah, there's no safe base.
Up and in. That's ball 3 to Jeter. So he'll take a little stroll around.
Well, Shields did not want to do this in a 2-0 count, a base runner on and nobody out. That pitch just got away from him, ran up and in, didn't get out in front in his delivery. The ball sailed.
3-0, and it's upstairs, ball 4. And that pushes Gardner up to second base as Jeter walks on 4 pitches.
Well, the last couple of those fastballs from James Shields, he's really come out of his delivery. Really spinning open just a little bit. When he gets side to side, the ball will stay elevated. There'll be arm side run, but not that good sink.
Yeah, you want to correct that in a hurry against this lineup.
Right, and you're coming down through Granderson, who we saw nail one, struck him out, but he hit a long foul his first time up. Cano obviously homered to center. You've got Alex Rodriguez lurking. This is where you've got to be your own pitching coach out there.
And that's going to be a strike to Granderson. Change up down around the knees. On the count. This one darts down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. High fly ball into left. Desmond Jennings is there to make the catch. Tag, but the runners will hang on. Jennings unloads a throw toward third. So they get Granderson on the high fly ball for the first out.
And no advancement.
Now Robinson Cano. Cano hit his 28th home run of the year in the first. He's 8th in the league in hitting. Pitch is low. The other thing that makes Cano so good is he hits with men in scoring position and seems to really enjoy it. He looks for those situations.
And why wouldn't you?
Yep.
I mean, drive-in runs. He's a true offensive second baseman. And I'm not talking about smelling. I'm talking about actually production on the field.
Yeah, he's hitting .315 with men in scoring position, as you can see right there. There's a strike. 2-1. Here's a look at that home run he hit in the first.
Look at the cutter that just stayed middle of the plate down. Look at that swing. That's a sweet-looking left-handed swing right there, and to hit that ball a long way.
Hot shot, base hit into right. Gardner heads to the plate. He will score standing. It's 2-0 New York. Cano has driven in both runs. Gardner scores from second. Jeter stops at second. And Cano 2 for 2 with a home run and an RBI single.
Well, he ripped that ball through the hole. This ball hit very, very hard. It was a breaking ball that stayed up just enough. Stayed back on it. Hear the contact. Gardner can fly. The Yankees make it 2-0.
Now here's Alex Rodriguez. The pitch is a strike. Rodriguez grounded out, third to first to end the first inning. Rays infield hoping to get a chance to turn a double play. He lays off the pitch down. Curveball, and it's 1-1. Alex Rodriguez turned 36 this past July. And the Yankees have his contract through 2017. The pitch is inside, 2-1. Sixth on the all-time home run list. Bonds, Aaron, Ruth Mays, Griffey Jr. and Alex Rodriguez, one back of Ken Griffey Jr. Now it's a 3-1 count. Gardner has scored. 2 men on, 1 out. The 3-1. And it's popped up right side. Zobrist out from second base. That's going to be an infield pop. 2 gone.
Well, tonight's game is available on Espanol via SAP, brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida.
Baltimore bats in the bottom of the third inning, tied with Boston, 1-1. And here is Jorge Posada. Posada, fly ball to center, back into second. Takes the pitch inside. 1-0. Salas steps back. Shields taking a little time looking in. Two balls, no strikes. A ground ball to first. Casey Kochman makes the play unassisted to retire the side. They score a run. We go to the bottom of the third. 2-0 New York.
On Thursday, TB1 yes, TB2 no, the Rays will win the wild card by Wednesday, or TB3 no, the Red Sox will win the wild card by Wednesday. You can text your vote to 789-789. Standard message and data rates always apply.
Here's Reed Brignac to lead off the bottom half of the inning. And the first pitch is a strike. Well, no team in history has ever overcome a 9-game deficit in September to get to the postseason. Swing and a miss. The Rays are pretty close right now, down to the final 3 games. Right now trailing Boston by 1. It's fouled back. 2 strikes. There's a base hit. Brignac reaching down, and 0-2 base hit to right.
Well, that's what Joe Madden likes to play Reed Brignac, is when you have pitchers that have good sinkers or work down in the zone because of the uppercut swing. He's able to go down and get balls. See, that pitch is going to bounce. Saw Russell Martin sliding over to block that pitch. I mean, how about this?
Yeah.
Martin's going to block it. Reed just takes it for a hit.
Here's Desmond Jennings. Swings and misses. Well, Brignac has that swing down. Now he has to work, and you'll hear hitting coaches talk about working your way down through the ball. It'd be nice to see that part of his hitting develop.
Well, that would, I mean, you would almost have to overhaul the entire swing, because right now he works his way up and through the baseball.
Yep.
And not down and through it. And so to change that from having hands down through the baseball to where he takes them, that is going to take a tremendous amount of work. And then, oh, by the way, after all that work, you're going to want this guy to play all the time to be able to take that out into the game.
Yep.
You know, it's one thing to work, and then, you know, play a couple times a week. That's tough.
It's popped up down the right side. Foul ball, and Posada couldn't quite get there. Jorge Posada, it's a little different experience for him from first base.
Yeah, and you know what? These are the kind of situations that the Rays need to take advantage of in these must-win games. Jorge Posada, not a first baseman, and his route on this pop-up is all you need to know. He didn't run after it, didn't track it very well, was not able to come up with a catch. That's an out that should have been an out. You're going to be handed extra outs in games like this. You need to make the other team pay.
0-2 the count to Desmond. It's upstairs. Jed Lowry has hit a home run for Boston. A solo homer in the fourth, and it's 2-1 Boston over Baltimore. Down 2-2.
And that has been called a strike all night. I mean, that's been a call all night.
Right there.
Yeah.
Thought it was a strike.
Another break.
Grignac's back in. Stays alive with a little tap foul. Two runs, 4 hits for New York. No runs, 3 hits for the Rays. Away from Martin in the dirt. Grignac moves into scoring position. So Noesi uncorks his second wild pitch of this ball game.
Well, we've seen a lot of this from him, just yanking balls right into the dirt. That ball got too far in on Martin. See how deep the glove was.
The count is full. And ball 4 outside. 2 men on with nobody out. Meanwhile, here's a look at the latest. Jed Lowry connects to make it 2-1 Boston. Larry Rothschild, pitching coach for the Yankees, made a little call to the bullpen, and so the Yankees are going to get some action going. Pitch count for Noesi, 49 right now. They might be able to extend them a bit beyond that. The lefty Raul Valdez is up in the bullpen. Here's Upton. Down and away. And backhanded by Martin. So he's really missing by a lot now.
Yeah, and not even close.
And that was a fastball.
Yeah, I mean, fastball that your catcher almost had to dive.
One ball, no strikes. Again, wide. 2-0, and that delivery is not very good right now.
No, you know what? You've got to get him out of the ball game. I tell you, the longer he stays out there, that bodes very well for the Rays offense. He's going to continue to pitch behind in the count or make the adjustment and lay pitches right in there over the plate. He's coming apart.
Well, Rothschild saw those two deliveries and goes out there to spend some time, which also helps the bullpen.
Well, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on your car insurance. Visit geico.com today. You know what's interesting about that is when Larry Rothschild or any pitching coach goes out to the mound, they're the ones doing all the talking. Noesi is the guy that had the glove over his mouth. You're not talking, fella. You don't need to cover up. And if you say anything, it's going to be
okay.
Yeah.
2-0 now. And the pitch is popped up foul. It's out of play. It's 2-1. Rays with another opportunity. 2 men on, nobody out. Upton lifts a popper, foul ball right side, and Posada tracks it again, but runs out of room. 2-2 the count to Upton. Rays had a couple runners in the first. They had a runner in the second. 2 men on here in the third. No runs yet. Little tapper foul. The count remains 2-2. Noesi out of the Dominican Republic. Had the Tommy John surgery and missed most of 2008 with that. And he's had some command issues tonight. Two hit on the ground. Fair by third and up the left field line. Brignac scores. Jennings will head to the plate. He will score, and this game is tied. B.J. Upton doubles up the third base line, over the bag, and up the left field line. 80 runs batted in for B.J. He now has 26 doubles.
Well, you just can't continue to work behind in the count. Poor location. That was even up in the count, but poor location. Right down the middle at the belt. BJ hammers it down the line, ties up the ball game. It's still out there at second base. Rays with an opportunity here. Maybe take the lead.
Yeah, nobody out in this inning with Upton at second. Evan Longoria about to step in. Pitch is high to Longoria. Evans sitting on 29 home runs and 95 runs batted in. Noesi calling for the catcher Martin. Brignac opened the inning with a base hit. It was Wild pitched up to second before Jennings walked. Upton doubled up the left field line. Noesi, who made 55 pitches in his first start of the year against the Rays in New York, is up to 56 right now. And he throws a strike taken by Evan Longoria. One and two. Now the pitch and a base hit into left field. Upton will stop at third. Gardner charging the ball, got to it quickly. First and third with nobody out. Rays making some noise in the bottom half of this inning. Joe Girardi coming out following the base hit by Longoria. So that's going to be it for the New York starter. It's a call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS.
Third inning, still have runners in the corners with nobody out. We'll get exclusive deals and coupons delivered right to your phone with the free TampaBay.com/things to do iPhone app powered by the St. Petersburg Times. It's available now at the iTunes App Store.
Hector Noesi leaves after 59 pitches. Leaves with a couple men on. His responsibility. 2 runs so far charged to his account. And here's Ben Zobrist to face the lefty Raul Valdez. Pitch is upstairs.
And Noesi's line kind of illustrates how difficult it is to make that transition from coming out of the bullpen to being a starting pitcher. And instead of going out and maybe working your way through the lineup once or pitching an inning, you've got to get guys out 2 and 3 times. Not that easy.
2 balls, no strikes to count to Zobrist. The Rays have the makings of a big inning here. They've tied the game. That's a strike taken. 2-1. Baltimore coming in to hit in the bottom of the 4th, down 2-1. Popped up. It's going to be a foul ball, out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Full count now. Valdez worked an inning and a third in relief of Noesi against the Rays in New York. Valdez originally from Cuba. Zobrist is out on strikes. Big strikeout for the left-hander Valdez.
Yeah, 1st and 3rd coming with the full count breaking ball. Right there, and he gets Ben Zobrist to bite.
Now it'll be Johnny Damon. He fouled out to the catcher, Russell Martin. It's a good look at that one breaking away. 1-0. James Shields has been in the dugout for a while now. This inning taking some time. But the Rays have tied it and threatened to grab the lead. Longoria at first. Upton is at third. Damon takes this one down. So a lot of breaking stuff from Valdez.
A lot of breaking stuff, a lot of time in between pitches, very deliberate.
Two and one.
Well, 2 out of the zone. He brings this one up into the zone. Still able to fool Johnny Damon.
Strike. Finally threw a fastball. A completely different look than what we had seen from him.
Right, and he completely surprised Johnny Damon. You can see with the way that he let the bat down, like, kidding me, a fastball I can finally handle, and I take it.
Have 3 hits and a walk in the inning. They've scored twice. Damon fouls one out of play. 2-2 fastball there in an 87. outside. Going to sneak through, base hit. Upton scores. Longoria heads to third without a play. And on the base hit by Johnny Damon, the Rays take a 3-2 lead. And with that base hit, Johnny Damon ties Lou Gehrig for 57th on the all-time hit list.
Just reach out and put a ball into play is all he did. See him roll over that. Gets by Cano.
2,721 hits for Johnny Damon, right alongside Lou Gehrig. And the Rays lead 3-2. That run charged to Noesi. Here's Matt Joyce. Fouls a fastball back, strike one. So Brainiac, Jennings, and Upton have all scored. Rays make it a 3-run inning. And still on the corners with one out. And the pitch is a strike, and now Damon pulls up between first and second. Posada's going to put the tag. Now a break for the plate. The throw there. And the Yankees pull off the double play as Longoria waited and finally broke to the plate. And he is thrown out at the plate.
Well, this is designed right here by Johnny Damon to go down, because then you force Posada to have to reach on the tag, and you hope Longoria can get in before Russell Martin gets him.
Here's another look at Damon in that rundown.
Well, Damon's getting hung up on purpose, and then he goes down there. That's what Evan Longoria takes off towards the plate, but Posada's able to make the throw and Martin the tag.
Eric Chavez leading it off here, and he grounds the second pitch down to Kotsman at first. He'll step on the bag, and that's an out. Well, BA, the interesting breakout on this is what both runners do.
Well, yeah, Johnny Damon goes down. You force the tag then to be a reach. And then in this case, Posada has to jump over him. But boy, he makes a nice off-balance throw. You know, Longoria trying to read right there when Johnny goes down. Now I'm going to head to the plate. you do is you force the guy that's going to make the tag, instead of just being caught in the rundown to where he can just reach out and tag you. You go to the ground, well, now he's got to reach for you. Now you're not in good throwing position.
Yeah.
But Posada made it work. Longoria's break a little bit late.
Yeah, that evasive action by the runner gives the first runner off first, gives the guy in third a chance to score. But there was just that momentarily start and stop and restart.
In theory, it's a great play. Picking up the strikeout on the changeup with Russell Martin. But it's a great play. It's kind of like the first and third bunt play the Rays like to run.
2 quick outs here in the top of the fourth. Our AT&T trivia question. The Rays and Red Sox both started the season 0-6. We're the only 2 teams in Major League history to make the playoffs after getting off to an 0-6 start. It's taken as Nunez shortens on the bat. 1 ball, no strikes. One and one. It's inside. 2 balls and a strike. So the Rays take a 3-2 edge here into the 4th inning. Line drive into left. Jennings reaches up. It's going to be off his glove and to the wall. Nunez on his way to second, and they're standing up. A double for Nunez, a line drive to left. Jennings cutting across, tried to make a great play. The ball just off his glove.
No, this ball was absolutely smoked. Desmond just cannot get there. Just too much speed on that ball, and it right over the tip of his glove.
Brett Gardner. So the Yankees now have a 2-out threat. Gardner hitting out of the 9th spot. Pitch inside, and really in a true sense their second leadoff guy hitting 9th, but he also is hitting .291 with runners in scoring position. Great speed when he puts the ball in play. He will put some pressure on the defense.
We don't hardly ever see a breakout like that with Shields. More balls than strikes here into the 4th inning.
And a soft little looping liner to short, caught by Brignac. That retires the side. Bottom of the 4th coming. 3-2 Rays. with the answer to our AT&T trivia question. Rays Red Sox, the only two teams in Major League history to make the playoffs after getting off to that 0-6 start. They would be the Pirates and the Reds. The 74 Pirates and the 95 Reds. The only two teams to do that. And the Red Sox and the Rays are battling for that right now. Matt Joyce will lead off the bottom of the fourth. The pitch to Matt is a strike call. He was at the plate when Damon was caught in the rundown, and Longoria eventually caught trying to come down the line from third. So technically, two caught stealings on that play. Two balls and a strike. Joyce lifts a high foul down the right side. That ball's going to come back fair. And Nunez, who had a foot in foul territory on his way there, had to come back to get it. A towering fly ball down the line. Turned out to be fair.
See the route here by Nunez. He heading in foul territory, and then oops. Get tricky out there in that corner, this roof.
And only his second start in right field this year. There's a strike to Kochman. Casey fouled out his first time. One and one. Two balls and a strike. Two and two. Ground ball to first. Masada's going to make the play, stepping on the bag.
You can go to RaysBaseball.com and register for the Rays postseason ticket opportunity, where selected winners will have the chance to purchase postseason tickets.
Kelly Shopping bats. 2 up, 2 down in the fourth. And a strike to count to Shopping. Hector Noesi worked 2 innings plus. Charged with 3 runs. George Contos up in the bullpen for New York. It's high. 2 balls and a strike. When Noesi started against the Rays up in New York, a parade of pitchers out of that bullpen followed. The Yankees eventually won that game 4-2. Shopping misses, and the count goes to 2-2. Valdez, Contos, Laffey, Wade, Logan, Ayala, and eventually Mariano Rivera got into that game.
You don't want Mariano Rivera coming into any game.
And Ball 3 is outside, full count. Yeah, that's usually bad news. Number one, it means you're losing late.
Yes. Then he's not real easy to come back on.
Yep.
Well, really, the whole back end of their bullpen between him and Robertson and Soriano.
3-2, there's a blast. High and deep and gone. Home run. Kelly Shopping gets hold of one. Hits his 11th home run of the year, and the Rays take a 4-2 lead. Well, Shopping hit one out yesterday in the final game of the Toronto series, and he hits one out tonight.
Look at that, a little hanger. Stays right out over the plate. Watch this. Brute, bouncer, strength. See ya.
So the Rays now have a 2-run lead. Reed Brignac. It's a strike. Reed reaching for that one, is behind, 0-2. Orioles are batting in the bottom of the 5th. They trail Boston 2-1. A ball and 2 strikes. And Brignac strikes out. That'll retire the side, but the Rays add a run on the long one off the bat of Kelly Shopping. 4-2, Tampa Bay through 4. Top of the order for New York against James Shields. Jeter, Granderson, and Cano due up. Jeter has struck out and walked tonight. Hitting .299 at the moment. The first pitch is a strike. And Jeter, who was at odds with Paul Schreiber back in the first inning, at odds with him again.
He's saying, okay, first at bat you punched me out on a ball that I thought was down. Now you call a changeup that I thought was up. So if you're telling me I got to cover all that, it's going to be a tough night.
Fly ball lifted toward left center field. Jennings on the run, reaches out. He got it. Desmond Jennings runs it down on the
Jeter put a charge into this ball. Desmond Jennings had to run a long way and then flashed the glove right at the last second, and a snow cone. Wow.
Stamp it with a star. Desmond Jennings with a great catch in left center field. Boy, did he cover some ground to run that one down. Take a breath.
Well deserved.
Granderson puts down a bunt, foul up the third base side. Look where he starts and where he ends up.
No wasted motion, no wasted angle, and just enough to get there. You saw that ball wanted to pop out.
He's a good receiver.
You better believe it. The ground that can be covered between him and BJ, right center to left center, they've got it pretty much spoken for.
Anderson takes the pitch high. So the count is 1-1. It's inside. 2 balls and a strike. Anderson lifts a high fly ball back into right field, and Joyce makes the catch. 2 outs. Well, that can get a little complicated looking up into the rigging and the catwalks and the roof itself. Anderson hit that one seemingly a mile up there, but Joyce kept his eye on it and made the grab. Two outs. Base is empty. Robinson Cano becomes the hitter. He chops it to the right side. Shields covers, takes the toss from Casey Kotzman. 1-2-3, go the Yankees. We go to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Rays lead this one 4-2, and watch this catch by Desmond Jennings again.
Yankees 4-2. You can secure your opportunity for 2011 postseason ticket packages by making your reservations for 2012 season tickets. Call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com.
We go to the Rays half of the 5th inning and the top of the order. Who else would lead off after that great catch? Desmond Jennings. Jennings, Upton, and Longoria due up. And Phil Hughes is the new pitcher for New York.
See the season numbers on Phil. He made 14 starts. He has a complete game.
First pitch. Desmond takes a strike. Hughes has battled back spasms. It's a foul up the right side, out of play. Joe Girardi hoping to get a spot to use him out of the bullpen in this game, and he's found it here. He hasn't made a start since September 12th. One ball, 2 strikes. Right now, it would appear if Hughes can stay healthy, he'll work out of the bullpen in the postseason for New York. Jennings fouls one out of play again. The count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rays lead here 4-2. They've out hit New York 7-5. Two balls, 2 strikes, breaking pitch. 2 innings for Valdez, a couple of hits, a run. On the home run by Kelly Shopik, 2 strikeouts. Now it's still 2-2 to Desmond. Fly ball back to left center. Granderson a long run, and he makes the catch. The Yankee center fielder had to cover some ground on that drive. Hit by Jennings. Meanwhile, in Baltimore, the Orioles and the Red Sox in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Chris Davis, with 2 men on and nobody out, has singled home a run to tie that game. It's now 2-2. Here the Rays lead 4-2. B.J. Upton takes a pitch outside. B.J. with a pair of 2 base hits, 2 runs batted in, and a run scored. He fouls it out of play. It's 1-1. Strike. Fastball from Hughes. 93. Just a bit wide. Hughes thought he had the corner on that one.
That was close. Fastball down and away.
2-2, shot into center. Granderson on the move for this one. Tracks this one down, headed toward right center field.
Granderson getting a little workout out there in center field. Going to his right. Now back to his left. Both plays made.
Here's Evan Longoria. 242 now. Pitch thrown into the dirt. Curveball. Two and 0. A 3-0 count to Longoria. 2 innings plus for Noesi, 2 innings for Valdez, and now it's Phil Hughes. And he walked, missed for the fastball wide. Evan is on for the 3rd time tonight. That'll be Ben Zobrist. And looks for his first hit of the game. Ball inside. Ball, no strikes. Zobrist has never had a hit off Hughes. He's 0 for 10 against him with a walk. Up in the count now, 2-0. This one too low. 3 balls, no strikes. And back-to-back walks. He walked Longoria on 4 pitches, and now he walks Zobrist on 4.
Well, this October, the American League's best teams will look to their brightest stars to see which one will become the newest hero that leads them into the Fall Classic. Legends are born in October, and our exclusive coverage of the ALCS begins October the 8th only on Fox.
Well, the battle continues. The Rays a game back of Boston in the final series of the regular season. Johnny Damon about to step in, and Paul Schreiber has just ejected Russell Martin. Martin wasn't happy with some of these calls made, and was squatting there and never turned around, but it got to the point where Paul Schreiber actually went out from behind Martin and turned around to face him and has ejected him. So the New York catcher has been ejected. That was, I don't know that I've ever seen that before.
No.
Joe Girardi out there. Girardi was ejected from the Red Sox game at Yankee Stadium before the Rays and the Yankees squared off here at Tropicana Field. So Martin has been ejected. So Girardi registering his dismay, but of course he can't say anything about balls and strikes. He's just got to tell him that he's not happy. Watch this. Well, Martin did say something there. And now, as he's down, Schreiber confronts him and ejects him.
Yeah, I have never seen that before. I mean, making a show, walking right out in front of him to get in his face. I mean, wow.
So Martin has been ejected for the 4th time this year. And the Yankees, that's the 4th of his career that he's been ejected, not this season, the 4th of his career. And Austin Romine will take over.
Yeah, you have no idea what was said there, but there was clear intent on Schreiber's part. As soon as he makes that walk out in front of Russell Martin, he's going to run it. He's not going out there to have a nice friendly discussion in the middle of an at-bat. He's waiting for Russell Martin to open his mouth, and then he's going to send him packing. So at that point, he had made his mind up on what he was going to do.
Well, that's actually pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Girardi was ejected in the 13th inning of their nightcap of that doubleheader last night. Romine, the new catcher, now Johnny Damon finally begins his at bat and takes the pitch for a strike. He was ejected by Tim McClellan. And Martin ejected here tonight by Paul Schreiber. 1-1 the count. Damon puts the pop to the right side. Cano under it. The Rays are finished. No runs, 2 left. We go to the 6th. 4-2 Rays. Alex Rodriguez will lead off for New York against James Shields. Rodriguez has grounded out and popped out. And the pitch is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Swing and a bouncer foul. 1-1. Time for the Keep Your Edge Spotlight, brought to you by Just for Men Mustache and Beard. Well, James Shields has given the Rays the edge all year, and you can keep your edge with Just for Men Mustache and Beard. He's done that despite not getting a lot of run support. Here's the strike. You can see the breakout there. How about that? Of all of his starts, that would be 25 in which he's been given 4 or fewer runs in support of his efforts. He's 15-12 right now, and with a little support, he could have easily been a 20-game winner by now. Ground ball Grounded toward the middle. Base hit into center. Alex Rodriguez aboard. Right now, let's check in with Todd.
Dwayne, 2011 minor league awards were given out today, and that's always a crowning jewel for Mitch Lukovic, director of minor league operations. You had a lot of talent on the field before the game.
Oh, absolutely. You know, Matt Moore was our minor league pitcher of the year. Stephen Vogt was our minor league player of the year. Hawkins Lee from our Charlotte Stonecrab, just to mention a few. And you see a lot of our award winners right on our major league field right now in years past.
Yeah, and guys like Matt Moore making an impact on this year's team. And in addition to that, a lot of talent in the instructional league this year.
Well, I think it's the best group ever assembled since I've been here, and I've been here since the beginning. And I think the future is really promising with the talent that our scouting department and international personnel brought on for us.
So Port Charlotte, the place to be to see some of these young guys, and including a guy who you drafted this year, Taylor Guerreri, and a lot of talent in NYA. So people want to go down there to Charlotte Sports Park. They can see some of the young wave of the future.
Absolutely. Anybody can come to any of our workouts, come to our games, and we love our fans to come out and join us.
Mitch, thanks so much.
Thank you, Todd.
Guys, back to you.
All right, Todd, thank you very much. Cutting the miss. Posada missed the curveball. So the count is 2 strikes. Rodriguez at first base. Nobody out. 0-2 the count here to Jorge Posada. And an end blocked nicely by Shopping. Well, Baltimore settled for the tie. They left the bases loaded. They had the bases loaded, 1 out. And J.J. Hardy and Nick Markakis were retired. So they leave them loaded. And that game goes on to the top of the 6th with the Red Sox and the Orioles tied 2-2. Ground ball toward Brignac, right at the bag, and the throw to first. They double up Posada. Rodriguez out on the front end of the double play. 6-3.
Well, it doesn't get much easier than that right there. A quality pitch by Shields. A little tap right to Brignac, who's going to field this basically standing on second base.
Here's Eric Chavez. Chavez checked in time. 1 ball, no strikes. The Red Sox, as you know, won the nightcap of the day-night doubleheader last night against New York. 2-0 the count here. It's foul out of play. The Red Sox have not won consecutive games since they swept a doubleheader against Oakland on August the 27th. They have not won back-to-back games since then. Today's the 26th of September. You see the Red Sox 6-18 for the month of September. The Rays have gone 14-10 in the month. 3-2 now with the foul ball. And you can see the Red Sox run production there. Nothing wrong with that.
You can live with that. It's the starters have not given him anything and a lot of errors. Sloppy play defensively.
Ground ball. That's a fair ball. Kochman with the toss to Shields. That'll take care of New York in the 6th. Bottom of the frame coming 4-2 Rays. scoring. Made it 2-0 when Cano singled home a run in the third, but the Rays got into the act. Upton doubled home 2 in the bottom of the third. Johnny Damon's base hit gave the Rays the lead, and then Kelly Shopwick unloaded one, his 11th home run of the year. That came in the fourth, and the Rays took a 4-2 lead. That's where we stand here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And oh yes, some great defense on the part of the Rays. Desmond Jennings running down that shot to left center off the bat of Derek Jeter in the 5th. 1-1 the count to Joyce. Joyce, Kochman, and Shopwick due up against Phil Hughes. It's a strike. Similar situation in the wild card over in the National League going on. Here the Rays are a game back of Boston in the wild card going into the final series of the year. And the Atlanta Braves have a game lead on the St. Louis Cardinals in the National League in the wild card race there. It's foul out of play, still 2-2. Cardinals are playing the Astros in Houston. They're in the bottom of the 4th, and Houston leads that one 2-1. And the Braves are home against the Phillies. They're hitting in the bottom of the 6th, and they trail the Phillies 3-2. Joyce hits one a long way to left. Gardner back on the track, going to be over his head. He'll play the carom, and Joyce is in at second with the double. Second hit of the night for Matt Joyce. He's 2 for 3.
Yeah, what they need to do is posterize this for Matt Joyce. They want to pitch you away and up instead of trying to pull everything. What he did earlier in the year, just take the ball to left field, left center. You see he's got enough strength. He pushes that ball right over the head of Gardner. This makes him a much more dangerous hitter and a lot tougher to pitch to when he's willing to hit the ball that way.
Now Casey Kochman. Casey pops it up, foul ball. Romine back after it and makes the catch. So that's the first out in the bottom of the 6th inning. There's Kelly Shopwick. Shopwick hit the home run. He worked the count full and hit one out to left in the 4th inning. Facing Phil Hughes. Shopwick homered against the left-hander Raul Valdez. Here it is.
A spinner that just stayed right out over the plate and got crushed.
Upstairs. 2-0. Two and one. He worked 2+, Valdez 2. This is the 2nd inning for Hughes. Breaking ball stayed up. Not much bite on that one. 3-1. Pop up, it's a foul, and is out of play. One on with one out. 3-2. The count to Shopik. Brignac waiting on deck. Reed has a base hit and a run scored in this game. Three-two. Shopik out on strikes. First strikeout for Hughes. Well, the Rays have 4 runs tonight. They lead 4-2. If they get to 5, that's usually a good sign. They're 61-7 when they score 5 or more runs, and they won 27 straight with 5 or more runs scored. So they're trying to add here, but before they do a pitching change, that's going to be it for Hughes. We'll be back with the new New York pitcher in a moment. Here for the Rays against the new pitcher, George Contos. Making his 6th appearance. The Rays saw him in the recent series in New York. Brignac takes it wide. Joyce opened with a double. He's still out there at second. One. Bottom of inning 6. Jack behind in the count. 1-2.
Reed upset with himself. He chases his ball. Boy, it looks like a strike. Looks like it's going to be middle of the plate down where Reed likes it. You see that late action. Takes it right off the end of the bat.
Count goes to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss by Brignac. He's out on strikes. So the Rays leave a man at second. 4-2 Tampa Bay through 6. Myers Plus. The plus is in everything we do. By Subway, eat fresh. And by your local Southern Ford dealers. Rays home against the New York Yankees, beginning the final series of the regular season in the playoff hunt. And we're getting good news in from Baltimore. Shields throws a first pitch strike to Austin Romine. 1 strike to count. The pitch, tap foul. 0-2. The Orioles are having a big bottom of the 6th inning against Boston. Ground ball down to third, grabbed by Longoria, and the throw to first in time. Romine is out of there. Now Chris Davis, who had driven in a run earlier in the bottom of the 6th, picks up a run batted in to break a 2-2 tie. He doubles home a run to make it 3-2. And Robert Andino hits this ball to center. Ellsbury appears that he's going to make the catch. And as he made contact with the wall, it popped away from him. And the Orioles take a 6-2 lead. Nunez takes a strike. So the Orioles have scored 4 in the bottom of the 6th inning. Foul ball here, 0-2. And just like that, in the bottom of the 6th, Baltimore has a 4-run lead, 6-2 over Boston.
Baltimore has not been a fun team to play lately.
They have not.
You know, the Rays go in there, lose 2 out of 3. They take 3 out of 4 from Boston in the previous series. Verlander's going for his 25th win. They beat him. They are enjoying the spoiler role.
Now the Orioles are over 500 in September. They're 13-12. 2 balls, 2 strikes. There we go, 3-2. Shields at 92 pitches, and still that strike and non-strike breakout is not the usual Shields. 92 pitches, 50 for strikes, and 42 non-strikes. Foul ball. We'll do it again on 3-2. Shields with 11 complete games, leading the majors in that department. Roy Halladay has 8, Cliff Lee 6, and Shields the only pitcher in double figures. And ball 4 is low. So with 1 out, Nunez draws the walk. Gardner about to step in. New York led 1-0, 2-0. The Rays scored 3 in the 3rd to make it 3-2 and added a run in the 4th on Kelly Shopik's home run. So it's 4-2 right now. Nunez, the runner at first, and a move over there. He picked him off. Nunez has just been picked off. Chad Fairchild on the call. That's the 13th pickoff of the year for James Shields.
Now, how about that? You walk Nunez and then immediately right here. And he wasn't going anywhere. That's, once again, just the quick feet, the short arm action. and the accurate throw.
There's Gardner lifting a fly ball toward left center field. Upton over there for this one. And the top of the 7th inning is over. 7th inning stretch. Rays lead 4-2. Here the Rays lead 4-2, headed into the home half of the 7th inning. Baltimore with a 6-2 lead over Boston. That ball that Andino hit that got away from Ellsbury turned out to be an inside the park home run. Andino's the guy who got the big hit off Applebaum up at Fenway. It's an inside the park home run tonight. And as we go to the Rays half of the 7th, Desmond Jennings looks at a strike. Upstairs, 1-1. So Ben Zobrist hit an inside the park home run in the first inning of yesterday's game against Toronto. And Dino hits an inside the park home run, a 3-run inside the park home run. One and two the count here to Jennings. 2-2. Inside. Full count. Two popped up. Cano's after it. One out here in the 7th. Now B.J. Upton. Upton 2 for 3. One ball, no strikes. dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. 4 runs, 8 hits for the Rays, 2 runs, 6 hits for New York. Upstairs, Cantos is behind BJ, 3-0. BJ takes ball 4 inside, 1 on with 1 out.
Well, win a game-worn jersey right off a player's back and other great prizes during the annual Shirts Off Our Backs fundraiser running through Wednesday. Proceeds will benefit the Rays Baseball Foundation and Florida Restaurant and Lodging Association Educational Foundation. And tonight we want to extend a special thanks to volunteers from Fly with Community Tampa Bay. For more details on Shirts Off Our Backs, visit raysbaseball.com/shirts. Makes sense.
There's Evan Longoria. Upton back in at first. Pitches upstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitching change. The Orioles have Willie Mays Air in the game now, facing Troy Patton. For the first, Upton back easily. Stairs. And now Larry Rothschild's going to head to the mound to try to get Cantos back on course. He walked Upton on 4 pitches and has missed quite a margin to Longoria.
Well, you walk BJ Upton, and then he gets over on first base, and you're so worried about him over there that you just continue to miss the zone. That's what the threat of a running game will do to a pitcher.
Rays and the Yankees tomorrow. We'll be with you at 6:30. Second game of the series. Paul Schreiber out there to move that meeting along with Joel Peralta loosening now in the Rays bullpen. It's just like clockwork. And Luis Ayala is up in the bullpen for New York. Pitch is foul. Upton on the move.
Well, this is the one thing that I know for sure. If the day of the game that the Rays are playing in ends in a Y, Joel Peralta gets up.
Yeah. Sun comes up in the morning. Peralta gets up in the bullpen.
I mean, that's just, after watching him for 160 games, that's what we know.
Yep.
And he loves it.
Again, a move back to first. Yeah, this has been a fairly loose team through this entire endeavor of trying to catch the Red Sox and get into the wild card spot. This one is outside. 2-0. They were out before the game today, throwing the football around and playing a little golf here at Tropicana Field. And the other day, Peralta and Juan Cruz were out. They're playing that little lob toss. You stand off to the side and lob you the ball. You get a bat in your hand. You try to hit a home run. There's a high foul. It'll be out of play. Again, Upton was on the move. They were out 3 hours before the game here in the Toronto series, trying to outdo each other as to who could, from close to home plate, lob him a ball and have him see if he can lift it out of here.
You can't change who you are, and they could afford to do that. For the longest time, they were so far out that they just left for dead. No way you could come back. It'd be historic. Well, keep playing loose.
Yep.
Other team not playing so loose.
Ball 4 to Longoria. So 2 men on. Well, David Price, before the game today, joined our camera crew. That's on the left is his camera work. You see him actually
Austin
doing it on
Romine.
the right. Well, a pitching change now. We'll be back with a new pitcher in a moment.
Reporting and sports coverage, sign up for the St. Petersburg Times. And for home delivery, call 877-THE-TIMES.
Luis Ayala is the new pitcher. 2 men on with 1 out. Zobrist 0 for 2. He walked in the 5th inning, and that led to the eventual ejection of Russell Martin, the New York catcher, who was ejected for the first time this year. So here's Ben with 2 base runners aboard at first and second. Away. 1 ball and no strikes. Want to know the count? It's too high. 2-0. Rays have led in this game since the 3rd inning. Made it a 2-run lead with Shopik's 4th inning home run. And there is ball 3. 3-0. There's a strike. 3-1. Can be done.
Tried a little earlier in the count. Help everybody out.
Yep. And goes out after this one. Takes a rip at that fastball up.
Yeah, Ben saw exactly a fat fastball, middle of the plate, just a little bit too high, and he's able to get it over the bat of Ben Sobers. You know, Ben's got that very level swing. A little bit tougher for him to get on top of those pitches way up there.
And there's ball 4. The bases are loaded on 3 7th-inning walks.
And that is what will drive a manager crazy. Just inexcusable. You can't defend the walk, and you get the leadoff man out, and now you've walked 3 straight hitters to load the bases. I mean, throw the ball over the plate.
7 walks by New York pitching tonight.
I mean, this is honest to goodness. This is a double root canal with 0 Novocaine, baby.
Now Johnny Damon. The pitch is up and away to him. He got a base hit back in the 3rd. That drove in a run, and with that, he caught Lou Gehrig on the all-time hit list. Bounces it foul down toward the Rays bullpen.
Well, here's the thing, too. If you're the Rays, if you're going to be handed 3 straight walks, handed the bases loaded without having to put the ball in play, then cash in and just bury him right here.
Trying to expand a 2-run lead. Always a good idea against this team.
Well, yeah, still within striking distance, no doubt.
Damon fouls it back. Foul the fastball. Now 1-2. A high fly ball into right. Nunez is there to make the catch. Tagged by Upton. He's going to score. And the Rays pick up another run. A sacrifice fly for Damon drives in his 2nd run of the night. And the Rays make it 5-2.
Now, there was probably 0 chance for Nunez to throw out B.J. Upton, but you could see the inexperience of Nunez out there in right field on that fly ball. That ball hung up there a long time as an outfielder on that play. You want to get behind that ball and catch that ball with your momentum moving towards home plate so that you have the opportunity to make the throw. Here he is. He's got plenty of time to get set up correctly right there. Just catches it flat-footed. No chance at a throw. Wouldn't have mattered anyway, but just fundamentally not the right way to do it.
Matt Joyce fouls one the other way out of play. Strike 1. The sacrifice fly. The Rays now lead 5-2. Matt's double came in the 6th, and he hit it into left field. It's too high. Headed into the top of the 8th in Baltimore with the Orioles leading the Red Sox 6-2. Two and one. right off his foot. So it's still a 2-2 count. Well, the Rays, for a brief time, pulled to within a half game of Boston. And then Boston won the nightcap of their day-night doubleheader from New York. And the Rays started this day a game back. To the count to Matt. And a swing and a foul-tipped strikeout ends the inning. The Rays score 1 and lead 5-2.
Rays pitchers strike out 10 or more in a home game. You can take your ticket stub to any Cane's Furniture store and pick up a coupon for a free Papa John's pizza. Plus, while you're there, you can sign up for a chance to meet one of your favorite Rays players. Cane's, quality's so good, it's guaranteed for life.
.95 pitches in this game for James Shields through the front 7. Top of the order, Derek Jeter steps in here in the 8th. And a fly ball right down the middle to center field. Upton will go to the track, and he makes the catch. B.J. Upton a couple steps from the wall, making the grab out there over the shoulder.
So the Rays got a couple of wide receivers out there playing left and center. There it is, just right over the shoulder, gliding back. Watch it right in.
It's Curtis Granderson. Pitch is a strike. Two. Ground ball back to Shields. The toss to Kochman. 2 up, 2 down in the 8th. Two outs with the bases empty for Robinson Cano. Cano has homered and has singled, driving in both New York runs. He takes a ball. 2 for 3 on the night. Shields now 100 pitches into his evening. Pitches away. 2-0. Fouls it back and out of play. 2-1. Strike call. That's going to square it at 2-2. Count holds at 2-2 on the foul ball. Tigers win big over the Indians 14-0, so that's the 93rd win of the year for Detroit. Texas already at 93 wins going into the day. Cano is out on strikes, missed the changeup. 1-2-3 go the Yankees. We move into the bottom of the 8th. It's 5-2 Tampa Bay.
To 2, time for our Autoway text poll question of the night. Do you think there will be a game 163 on Thursday? TB1, yes. TB2, no. The Rays will win it by Wednesday. TB3, no. Boston will win it by Wednesday. Text your vote to 789-789, standard message, and data rates applied. Things still interesting in Baltimore. Boston batting, 1 out. Top of the 8th, trailing 6-2, but they have the bases loaded. Guys, we'll update that score, obviously, in the postgame as well. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Todd. Casey Kochman's going to lead off here in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Rays leading 5-2. The first pitch is down. 1-0. Casey looking for his first hit of the night. Takes one low. 2-0. 2 balls and a strike. Casey at 304 on the year right now. And it's a 3-1 count. Shot right back through the middle. Base hit for Kochman. Boy, that almost took Ayala with it into center field.
Yeah, that was a shot. You see, all Ayala could have mustered was a flinch. Kelly Shoppett going right back up the middle. Seen him doing this a lot. Eee.
And that just missed his right knee. Here's Kelly Shoppett. Shoppett muscled up in the 4th inning and hit his 11th home run of the year. And there's a long drive back into left. Sends Gardner to the track. Not quite deep enough. And back to first goes Kochman.
A little bit too much height on that one. And Kelly was a little bit too out in front.
That brings Joe Girardi out, and he's going to make a pitching change. With 1 on, 1 out, we'll be back in a moment. When cancer strikes, strike back with CyberKnife and Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. By Coventry Healthcare of Florida, lighting the way to better health. And by Checkers, feast on. From St. Petersburg here at Tropicana Field, the Rays lead 5-2. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Andrew Brackman is the new pitcher. All right-hander. First pitch, and Brignac lifts the fly ball into center. Granderson makes the catch. 2 gone. Brackman, with that size, you're not surprised to know that he spent a couple years playing basketball at North Carolina State. He was the runner-up for the Mr. Basketball Award in Ohio. The Moeller High School.
Oh, Cincinnati.
Pitch outside to Desmond Jennings. 1 ball and no strikes. Jennings misses that one. 1-1. Brackman pitched an inning and a third against the Rays. As Thursday, fly ball up the right side. That's got a chance. Going to be foul, however. Just foul. And the count is 1-2. Well, the Red Sox had loaded the bases, but they do not score in the 8th. Kyle Farnsworth busy for the Rays. Pitch outside. Now 2-2 to Jennings. Again, it's fouled up the right side, out of play this time. Marco Scutaro grounds out to the shortstop to end that bases loaded threat. So they go to the 9th, 6-2. The Rays lead 5-2. And it's a 3-ball, 2-strike count to Jennings. With 2 outs, Kochman, the runner at first, will get a running start. There he goes. The pitch outside. So another walk drawn by Jennings, the second time he's walked. 2 men on with 2 men out.
Well, the Mosaic Company and the Rays are working together to end hunger through home runs for food. With each Rays home run, Mosaic donates $500 to Feeding America Tampa Bay. So far, $83,500 has been donated.
Well, the Rays with men at first and second have had runners in scoring position in every single inning tonight. Here's B.J. Upton. And the breaking ball is low and outside, 1-0. Ground ball, shortstop. Jeter's throw to third. They got it over there in time to Chavez for the force play on Kochman to retire the side. So force play on the fielder's choice. We go to the 9th, 5-2 Rays.
Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
5-2, the Rays lead this game. Ben Zobrist is now in right field. Sean Rodriguez takes over at second base, and Alex Rodriguez leads off the ninth. He takes the pitch outside. It's 1-0 with James Shields out here on the hill. Shields starting the ninth. Breaking ball, and it's fouled away. That breaking pitch was up a little bit, rolled. Curveball again. It's 2-1. Bottom of the eighth with Baltimore leading Boston 6-2. Ground ball back at third, knocked down and kicked by Longoria. That ball hit sharply back of the bag as Evan tried to come up with it. Would have been a tough play on a long throw. Let's take a look at this.
Yeah, as soon as you start to retreat, it always makes the play tougher. Even if you come up with that cleanly, you've got the long throw. Evans trying to get himself the best hop to work with. He knows that Alex Rodriguez does not run like he used to. That ball just hits the palm and dribbles away.
Well, they charge Longoria with an error. Now here's Posada. Posada's 0 for 3. The pitch is low. Down 2-0. And a ground ball right side. Rodriguez goes to second out there. Back to first. They get the double play. Rodriguez, Brignac to Kochman on the double play. That erases Rodriguez. Posada bounces into 2.
Well, Sean Rodriguez moving to his left. A quick turn and throw to Brignac. A nice feed and a nice return throw to Kochman. That is nicely done by the Rays middle infield.
So now Eric Chavez steps in. And the pitch is down. Shields after his 12th complete game of the year, and the Rays trying to move to within a half game of the Boston Red Sox. There's a strike. Boston trailing in Baltimore in the bottom of the 8th, 6-2. Well, that pitch was close. A breaking ball, 2-1.
You know, both of the curveballs in this inning look pretty good.
Pitch wide. Three and 1. Well, the Rays can close this one out. They have an out to get, and if the Orioles can close out the Red Sox, the Rays and Boston would have identical records. And that's ball 4 inside. Chavez draws the walk. Joe Madden comes out of the dugout.
Why?
Austin Romine is due. Well, this is a tough move to make. Shields 1 out away from a complete game, and he will depart.
Well, you can't say enough about the job that he did. Boy, sure would have liked to seen him finish that out, but 8 2/3 of quality work once again for James Shields. Just 2 earned so far in 8 2/3.
He leaves with a man on. Jesus Montero will pinch hit.
And Joe, Joe did give him the opportunity for that complete game. And that last hitter there was Chavez. The tempo really picked up with Shields. He really started rocking, going, getting after it. Maybe a little bit too quick. Ended up costing him with the walk.
So now Montero will pinch hit as you take a look at Shields. He's 1 out away from his 16th victory. Austin comes into bat in the 9th inning, trailing Baltimore 6-2, and Kyle Farnsworth on out of the Rays bullpen. First pitch, Montero takes it inside. Chavez moves into second base. The Rays don't mind about that. Swing and a miss. The count is a ball and a strike. The Rays inching closer to a tie with Boston in the wild card race. It's 1-2.
Now back-to-back cutters here by Farnsworth, and Montero has missed them both. You see that head coming off the swing there by Montero. A little dip in that cutter gets it right underneath the bat, and now just 1 strike away from putting an end to this ball game.
1-2 to the pinch hitter. Montero with big-time power. Farnsworth delivers, and it's a bit wide. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rays at one point 9 games out of the playoff race in early September. They've got a chance to pull even tonight. This is step 1. Swing and a miss. They just got a piece of it to stay alive. Shopik trying to hold on for the foul tip strikeout, but it deflected off the mitt and into the ground. And so Montero is still up there. Going to take at least one more pitch. Chavez at second. Rays lead 5-2. 2-2 again. Ground ball to third. Longoria up with it. The throw to first. Rays win it. Rays are winners tonight, defeating the New York Yankees 5-2. And the Rays win This is step one on the night. They're now a half game back of Boston. Step two will take place in Baltimore, where the Orioles lead Boston 6-2 in the top of the ninth inning. So at the moment, the Rays, with this 89-71 record, a half game back of Boston, but on the verge of moving into a tie in the American League wild card chase. Great effort by James Shields. Shields wins his 16th of the year, and there he is from the dugout watching the final out of this one. Shields now 16-12. Noesi the loser. He's 2-2, and Farnsworth on to get the final out to close it out. His 24th save. Took 3 hours and 7 minutes to play this game, and the Rays are mighty close to pulling even here. There's one out in the ninth inning in Baltimore. Right now, let's go to the field and Todd Callis.
All right, Dwayne James. Hey, you got the W. You're so close to the complete game. And the bottom line is, as the game's being played here in front of the crowd, you guys got a chance to be tied with the Boston Red Sox. What are your thoughts about that, being 9 games back in September with a chance to be this close?
You know, our team's a bunch of battlers. I mean, it's been an amazing trip so far. You know, we did our part right now. We did our part. We won the game. We made some unbelievable defensive plays tonight. I mean, I think Des Jennings is a player of the game as far as I'm concerned. So, you know, we played a great game tonight. We did our job.
4 of your last 5 starts at home, you've taken it at least into the 9th inning. And every start, you've taken at least through 6. Do you, as all the numbers that you add up this year, is that the thing you're most proud of? You end up with almost 250 innings.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's something I pride myself is going deep in the game, saving the bullpen. You know, and this year I've been real consistent with my off-speed pitches, throwing strikes, and you know it's been a tremendous year. I mean, to be able to end my regular season on that, and hopefully we can get to the playoffs.
Fans are reacting at 6-3 Orioles right now, 2 on, Boston batting in the 9th inning with 1 out. You get Eduardo Nunez on base tonight. It doesn't look like he's about to run, but that doesn't necessarily matter when you get pickoffs. What are you looking for when you are able to make that move? Are you just looking for a guy who's maybe not 100% focused on you?
You know, I'm looking to identify a lead over there. I mean, that's kind of why I dropped down a little bit. I identified a lead over there. I saw that he had about an 11-foot lead, and you know, if I made a good throw, I could get him. So, you know, that's something I worked really hard on over the past couple years, and this year it just happens I got a lot of pickoffs over there.
So you've got it down to how far? 11 feet. That's usually your go zone when you want to try and pick a guy up?
Well, it all depends on, you know, what they're doing over there. But, yeah, 11 feet, I mean, that's a pretty big lead, especially with me on the mound. You know, I think that, you know, like I said, I mean, I pick and choose my spots and go for it.
James, this team has been pretty loose all year long. What's the attitude been as you've come closer and closer to the Red Sox and going into tonight?
You know, I don't know about any other clubhouse, but we're pretty loose. I'll tell you that right now. And I think that's one of the reasons why we've been playing so well the last couple of months. We're a loose bunch of guys. We like to have some fun. And I mean, this is what baseball is all about. This is what we feel like this is what we go to September or spring training for. So, you know, like I said, it's exciting, and I'm glad we won the game tonight.
This will go down as one of the all-time great regular seasons by a starting pitcher in a Rays uniform. Congratulations. It's been fun to watch.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
James Shields, guys. Back to you. The crowd reacted to that Orioles game. Back to you.
All right, Todd, thank you very much. Well, the Rays, as James Shields said, the Rays have done their part. They win this one, the first game of the 3 games they have to play with the New York Yankees. It's a 5-2 final here tonight. Same 2 teams tomorrow. We'll be with you when Jeremy Hellickson goes to the mound against Bartolo Colon. Our coverage begins at 6:30 in high definition on Sun Sports. Now for Brian Anderson and Todd Callis, I'm Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. We'll see you next on Rays Live, the postgame.